This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. It's Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. We are your smart friends on the go, tracking the shifting infrastructure of global power. Let's get right into it.
First up, the gist view. The fundamental shape of the United States government just changed. The Supreme Court upheld President Donald Trump's firing of independent agency heads.
This is a massive shift. It means the president can now fire financial market and cryptocurrency regulators at will. Since 1935, these regulators were intentionally insulated from daily politics.
Congress originally set it up that way. They wanted to protect complex financial markets from sudden political swings. Think of it like putting the ship's navigation controls in a locked room.
But the White House wants the keys to that room. Executives argue they need direct control over agencies to fulfill the promises they made to voters. If you win the election, well, you want to steer the ship.
There is one big exception, though. Lisa Cook. She's a governor at the Federal Reserve. That is the independent United States central bank that controls monetary policy and interest rates. The court says her job is safe for now.
So we now have a deeply split system. Monetary policy stays locked away from politics, but financial regulation, like overseeing crypto, is now explicitly political.
Let's look at who benefits. The Oval Office gains massive leverage over market rules, while Congress loses a tool to shield regulators. Accountability is completely centralized at the top.
Let's pan out for the global overview. The space economy is getting a state-sponsored boost.
NASA teamed up with the SBA on Monday. The SBA is the United States Small Business Administration. They are a federal agency that provides financial backing to private enterprises. Together, they launched a new initiative to fund smaller American space manufacturers.
They want to subsidize companies building critical parts for Moon and Mars missions. But let's look at the real incentive here. This is all about SpaceX.
Exactly. SpaceX has incredible access to debt markets. They've become a near monopoly in the space industry.
Washington sees this. They are stepping in with subsidies to create artificial competition. The government simply does not want to rely on just one corporate giant for the future of space exploration.
Moving from space back to the sky, Honeywell Aerospace just started trading as an independent company. They just completed a three-way corporate breakup.
The new CEO, Jim Courier, offered a sharp reality check on artificial intelligence. He says artificial intelligence is great for drafting blueprints, but it is definitely not ready for the cockpit.
It makes total sense. In design, artificial intelligence mistakes are caught by human engineers at a desk. In the air, mistakes are fatal. Capital is heavily flowing into artificial intelligence for planning, but airlines are keeping it far away from live, high-stakes execution.
Over to the European perspective, a major roadblock just popped up for Ukraine's entry into the European Union.
It comes from Poland. Back in May, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy named a military unit after the Heroes of UPA. That was a World War II-era nationalist group.
The problem? The UPA massacred up to 100,000 Polish civilians in Volodymyr back then. In response, Poland just stripped Zelenskyy of its highest state honour.
And Poland's defense minister went a step further. He says Warsaw will block Ukraine's European Union accession unless Kyiv drops these symbols.
This is a harsh clash of incentives. For a long time, Ukraine's value as a buffer against Russia outweighed everything else. But Polish politicians have local voters to answer to.
Right-wing factions are using 80-year-old grievances to stall European Union enlargement. But because of the massive historical death toll, Warsaw's demand is seen as a legitimate requirement for integration. Domestic electoral survival is currently trumping regional defence.
Speaking of defence, Britain is changing how it buys weapons. They just announced a new £5 billion defence investment plan.
They are modelling this entirely on the war in Ukraine. The United Kingdom is ditching big, expensive legacy hardware. Instead, they are buying cheap drone systems and artificial intelligence to hit high-value targets.
It is a massive shift in resource flows. They are trading fewer big, expensive platforms for thousands of cheap, scalable, autonomous tools.
Finally, some news on how everyday people use artificial intelligence. A study just came out from CEPR, that is the Centre for Economic Policy Research, a prominent network of academic economists in Europe.
They looked at financial advice given by ChatGPT. The good news? ChatGPT gives solid, consistent advice on building a savings buffer.
The bad news? The quality of the advice changes drastically based on who is asking. It varies by the user's gender, their existing financial literacy, and how well they write the prompt.
Who benefits here? People who already know how to ask the right questions. The tool actually structurally reinforces retail information gaps. If you lack financial knowledge, the artificial intelligence won't automatically bridge that gap for you.
Time for the sign-off. Looking at the temperature today, it is all about control and leverage. Whether it's a president taking control of market regulators, governments artificially funding space competitors to counter a monopoly, or artificial intelligence rewarding those who already have a head start. Technology and money are moving fast, but traditional power dynamics are firmly holding the steering wheel.
Spot on. And before we go, if you enjoyed today's breakdown and want to stay ahead of the curve, sign up for the Gist's daily newsletter.
It's completely free, and it gives you the news without the corporate or state spin. Just tap the link in our show notes to subscribe. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.